NBC 26 News starts now with a new look for this first Friday. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Snead. Paige Tucker has the night off. We were able to tour Arlington National Cemetery with officers from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office Tuesday, and they tell me they would have given anything for J.D. Paul to be there with them. And today I showed people across Augusta these pictures of the 6 candidates running. Paige, the house behind me here is where it all took place. You can see several agencies are still out here on the scene. It's even busier than it was just an hour ago. You can see cars lined up in multiple directions.
Smelled like a burger.
I didn't want everyone to smell the burger on me, but I'm finally feeling better, just so everyone
Pound and a
knows.
half. I was impressed.
Yeah, Paige, Juanita Farmer's sinkhole is filled, but it's just another busy day for the maintenance workers who say there's calls almost every day. The Georgia woman we told you about last night, who's a property owner but being asked to pay South Carolina vehicle property taxes, will be required to pay the $73 for staying nights at her boyfriend's North Augusta apartment. Where else can you meet 4 people, all from different states, in just 5 minutes? I just did, and as first-timers, we're all looking forward to seeing the same things. NBC 26 News at 11 starts now as Georgia Regents University takes another hit, this time from another state's university. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Snead. Paige Tucker has the night off. We've learned that Regent University in Virginia has filed a lawsuit against the University System of Georgia. In it, they say the use of the name Georgia Regents University could cause confusion and damage their reputation. GRU is the name for the consolidation of Augusta State and Georgia Health Sciences University. Here for you tonight, we have reaction from those in the community. And the University System of Georgia tells us they do not comment on pending litigation. This week, the city of Augusta settled a wrongful death lawsuit for a young couple who died in a 2006 mobile home fire. It's the same case that Augusta attorney Joe Neal linked to his rape trial in June. Neal's rape charge was dropped when he reached a plea deal for 3 misdemeanors. Joe Neal believes he was falsely accused of rape and never got to tell his side to the public. Now, with his suit against the city settled, Neal wants to settle any lingering questions about his character, and he sat down exclusively with NBC 26 to do just that.
Right. So you're telling us
to see more of what Neal had to say to Lauren, head to NBC26.tv. A pedestrian was hit by a car on Barton Chapel Road around 9:15 tonight. There is no word on the extent of that person's injuries or whether the driver of the vehicle was cited. This is video from that scene shot by one of our photographers who was in the area. We'll bring you more information as it comes into our newsroom. Tonight's NBC 26 Crime Alert begins in Aiken, where an alleged bank robber is still wanted by the Aiken Department of Public Safety. Officers were called to the South Carolina State Federal Credit Union on Beaufort Street shortly after 9 this morning. Here is a surveillance photo of the suspect. We're told he demanded money from a teller, which he received, then fled on foot. If this man looks familiar to you, contact Aiken Public Safety. A Columbia County teen is charged with several felony counts of sexual battery. 13-year-old Lakeside Middle student was in court this morning. He's accused of inappropriately touching 4 female classmates. The judge ordered the boy to undergo a psychological exam and banned him from school district properties. Bond was set at $20,000 for the child. Well, a local group is working to help stop domestic violence. Safe Homes of Augusta takes in victims of domestic violence for free. They offer them a home, therapy, and anything they need to help them get them off their feet. One statistic shows 1 in every 4 women has experienced domestic abuse in her lifetime. Thousands of cases are reported across the CSRA every year. NBC 26 is sponsoring a fundraiser event for Safe Homes this weekend. The 2012 Casino Night will be at the new Legends Club tomorrow at 6:30. You can get tickets on Safe Homes' website. We put that info on NBC26.tv. Topping your money report tonight, Apple's latest must-have gadget went on sale this morning. While in some cities lines were forming days ago, the scene at the Augusta Mall's Apple store was not that bad. Others waited for the new iPhone 5 outside the Verizon in the Augusta Exchange. The phone had nearly 2 million pre-order sales, but those orders may not be filled for another month.
She spent the day talking to voters to find out how many recognize those 6 seeking the seat. Annie?
Yeah, Paige, in a few months, a new Richmond County Sheriff will take his post here at the Law Enforcement Center. And today I showed people across Augusta these pictures of the 6 candidates running. And while none were able to identify all 6, most were able to pick out 1 or 2 and figure out they're all running for sheriff. From West Augusta, do you recognize any of them?
I know this one right here.
I recognize him. He running for the sheriff.
This one is people.
That's Richard Roundtree right there.
To South Augusta.
Freddie Sanders, Mike Godowns,
Scott Peoples, I believe.
Richard Roundtree, Robbie Silas, Peoples.
That's, his last name is Silas. I know the name, but I can't think of it. And I'm sure they're all running for sheriff.
Putting a name to the face. They're the 6 men all trying to be the next leader for the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Mike Godowns, John Ivy, Scott Peoples, Richard Roundtree, Freddie Sanders, and Robbie Silas. Most of the people we spoke with could point out a couple and some could name them. Godowns, Ivy, and Sanders were recognized the least, many claiming advertising and billboards helped recall the candidates.
I seen the Scott Peoples sign. I seen them all along Riceville Road. I seen them down Broad Street and everything. I seen Richard Roundtrees. It's like up down Wheeler Road. I mean, they everywhere.
I've seen signs all over for Peoples and Roundtree.
Many said they'll be doing more research before they head to the polls July 31st for the primary, but knew the qualities they'd be looking for.
Well, I look for the ones that's going to do the most as far as keeping crimes off the street.
For people to be fair and do the job.
As long as they keep the city uptight and running good and no crime levels and stuff like that, that'll be pretty good for me.
And a runoff is set for August 21st with the top 2 candidates in each party if none receives 50% plus 1 of the vote. Qualifying begins tomorrow morning and will go through Friday at noon. Live at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, Snead, NBC 26 News. Yeah, Paige, Anna Gentry is a very happy little girl. She loves books, she's learning to talk and walk, but she shares something in common with the Olympian that only 1 in 40,000 people do. She was also born without a fibula in one of her legs, and today I spoke with her mom, who tells me it's been an amazing experience to watch him run.
Having a disability doesn't have to be a disadvantage, and he really lives his life that way.
It's okay to be different. That's what Lisa Gentry says double amputee Oscar Pistorius has represented competing in the 2012 Olympic Games. She says she knows he'll be a role model for her daughter Anna. Anna was born with fibular hemimelia. One of her legs did not have a fibula, something her parents were not expecting.
I got really scared, and of course, we had no idea what was going on.
Gentry says the condition only affects 1 in 40,000 people. They were faced with the decision of 15 years of painful surgery without a guaranteed result, or amputating Anna's left leg to be fitted with a prosthetic.
We didn't want her to go through her whole childhood in hospitals and wheelchairs and crutches, and not even then, not even knowing if in the end she would actually have a leg that she could use to walk.
Anna was fitted with her first leg 2 months after surgery. She's able to stand on her own and walk with the help of a box to push.
I just hope that any adversity that she experiences because of her disability, that it only sharpens her character and turns her into a compassionate, respectful, ambitious young woman.
And her parents hope people won't see her for her disability, but her possibilities. And maybe one day she'll go for the gold. And Anna is going to be a big sister soon. Lisa and her husband Ben are expecting another little girl in December. In the studio, I'm Snead, NBC 26 News.